Xiangmao essential oil has a spiral history in Taiwan. Taiwan, formerly known as Formosa, was colonized by the Japanese in 1895. They brought rice cultivation techniques and planted orchards of citrus trees. They were also fascinated with the aroma of xiangmao and loved the complex citrusy aroma with a touch of sweetness. Eventually, the xiangmao essential oil was shipped back to Japan, where it became very desirable and distinctive. Back in Taiwan, jungle growth was cleared to build farms for xiangmao grass. Every family tended a xiangmao farm where every 4 months the xiangmao grass was harvested, dried, and distilled at a community distillery to produce essential oil. Dr. Jin Lee is a research consultant for Young Living and manager for the Young Living Taiwan farm. He recalls as a boy how he helped his father grow and distill xiangmao essential oil. I woke up every morning at 3 a.m. while it was still dark. I dried the xiangmao grass that had been distilled and used it for fuel to heat the distiller. I distilled xiangmao essential oil when I was only 8 years old. I'm an expert at xiangmao farming, harvesting, and distilling. Look how xiangmao captures the morning dew and the water droplets roll down the blades of xiangmao to water the ground. Xiangmao has its own irrigation system. Xiangmao is easy to grow, just sun, soil, and rain. When I was a boy, xiangmao grew everywhere in the mountains and valleys. Every family grew xiangmao, and every community had its own xiangmao distillery. Xiangmao was a great help to our family as we earned real money by selling xiangmao essential oil. Everyone in this area depended on xiangmao, but those days are just a memory now. Dr. Lee has taught Tiger the importance of xiangmao essential oil. Tiger Lee is an engineer who works with his father. Tiger has studied the history and business of xiangmao essential oil and recounts some fascinating details. 50 years ago, every family in Taidong was involved with xiangmao. By 1964, xiangmao covered 150,000 acres of farmland and produced 1 million gallons of essential oil. It was a valued crop in high demand in Japan. However, synthetic petrochemicals began replacing natural xiangmao essential oil. Synthetic compounds provided a consistent, cheap aroma, so the demand for xiangmao essential oil decreased. Farmers stopped growing xiangmao and started growing rice and fruit. They sold their distilleries for scrap metal. Today, only about 50 acres of xiangmao remain on only 15 xiangmao farms. That's only 250 gallons of xiangmao essential oil each year. Dr. Lee knows the value of xiangmao essential oil. Xiangmao agriculture and distillation will return to Taiwan. Gary Young and the Young Living distributors can help bring xiangmao agriculture back to Taiwan. Dr. Lee and Tiger searched for all the remaining xiangmao farms until they found the best one located high in the mountains and owned by an aboriginal village of the Paiwan people. The Paiwan manager of the xiangmao farm tells us about their mountain farm. This xiangmao field is the largest in Taiwan, 15 acres. It is the only xiangmao growing at 1,000 feet in elevation. We overlook the Pacific Ocean, where the foggy clouds leave plenty of morning dew droplets to water xiangmao. Our xiangmao field is surrounded by jungle. There are no farms for miles. We are proud that our xiangmao essential oil is 100% organic. No fertilizers, no pesticides, and no herbicides. Our Paiwan village needs xiangmao. We have our own language and traditions here in our village of Oturi. Our village has only 100 families who survive off tourism and xiangmao essential oil. In early May 2013, the Paiwan villagers started harvesting xiangmao grass. Let's witness how the Paiwan farm manager describes the harvesting process. The elderly harvesters guard themselves from the sun, and each is equipped with a long, curved harvesting knife. See how they gather an armful of shangmao, then with their knife slice through the bundle. They take out any weeds and stack the cut shangmao to dry. The harvesters work side by side as a group, as each person harvests a 6-foot wide section. They progress up the mountainside, talking and laughing as they work. In 45 minutes, they harvest a 50-foot wide section of about 300 feet long. Then they take a 15-minute rest in the shade before they repeat the harvesting process. At this pace, we will harvest all the shangmao in 3 days. Notice how 2 women follow the harvesters. They tie up the drying shangmao bundles. Watch as she prepares dried shangmao grass. An armful of shangmao grass is collected. The bundle is organized. Weeds are excluded from the bundle. These bundles will be stacked in the distiller. Then 1 long blade of shangmao is selected and wrapped around the bundle. Watch how she carefully ties the bundle and places it down for additional drying. This 75-year-old Paiwan woman tying bundles has a story to tell about shangmao.
I grew up in the mountains. It is an 8-hour walk from here. I married a local man from Big Bird Village. The first time I saw the Pacific Ocean, I said, "Wow, that's a big pond." I was afraid I may roll down the xiangmao field and fell into the big pond. Back then, xiangmao covered the entire mountain. Xiangmao has been a major part of my life. My family income depends on the success of xiangmao. Xiangmao make our Paiwan village stronger.
By the end of the day, the bundles are collected. 5 to 6 bundles are gathered and tied together with a rope and stacked on a large truck. The truck drives down the narrow dirt road to the village, where they are taken to the village distillery.
We use xiangmao essential oil to moisturize our skin. We breathe xiangmao essential oil to help enlighten our minds. Xiangmao essential oil helps our houses smell fresh. Xiangmao essential oil help us wake up. Xiangmao essential oil help us to work hard. We depend on xiangmao essential oil.
Shangmao is harvested, bundled, and stacked by hand. We invite you to join us in harvesting shangmao in the future. The Paiwan tribe has a 4,000-liter steam distiller where they only distill their organic shangmao grass. We inspected the Paiwan distillery and made some equipment recommendations. The upper loft stores shangmao grass bundles for additional drying. 2 Paiwan tribesmen manage the shangmao distillery and share best practice techniques with Dr. Jin Lee. Then the distilling of shangmao begins as the rope-bound bundles are untied and placed in the distiller. Hundreds of shangmao bundles fit into the 4,000-liter distiller. The steam has already been turned on, as you can see steam rising through the shangmao grass. The citrus-like aroma of shangmao fills the air as the workers pack down the growing pile of shangmao grass. They pack the distiller with 1,500 pounds of shangmao grass and produce 5 gallons of shangmao essential oil with each batch. After distillation, the basket of shangmao is hoisted out and the distilled shangmao grass is laid in piles to dry. This dried grass will be used by local farmers for mulch. This new distillery is a great support to the Paiwan people. The Paiwan farm and distillery manager describes the values of shangmao essential oil. Our yield of shangmao essential oil is higher than that from the lowlands. In addition, our mountainside shangmao is better, for it contains heavier molecules. This gives our organic shangmao a stronger aroma that lasts longer. I use shangmao to keep me alert and awake. I like to use shangmao in my house. My kids like the shangmao aroma. Dr. Jin Lee confirms the history and health benefits of shangmao essential oil. I've used Shangmao essential oil for many years. We found that it is good for the mind. It helps us think clearly and be creative. Shangmao is another Young Living exclusive essential oil and part of Gary's exotic oils collection. Enlighten your mind today with Shangmao essential oil from Taiwan.